Hey guys, Hailey Lain, aka Key Black here with another episode of Off the Cuff, and for this episode I'm gonna kind of continue along the thread of the last couple of episodes and keep talking about the experiences that I've had with certain really fantastic anime series that Jess and Monpian happened to cover in their Cinema Aficiona panel at Anime Matsuri 2023. Today I want to talk to you guys about Trigun, specifically the older series, not the new remake. I've mentioned before I am a massive weeaboo who did not try a whole lot of stuff when I was growing up. It was basically One Piece, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Detective Conan for me, along with like a couple of other series here and there that I had watched, but I didn't really remember them, I didn't really pay attention to them, and I didn't really go looking for any of the classics or any of the stuff that people actually like really talked about. So it's probably not much of a surprise that I really missed out on Trigun when it was, when it was first airing. I'm not gonna go very deep into a description of Trigun. If you guys aren't familiar with the series, it's a space western with a main character who is basically, the most wanted man on the planet, because allegedly he is the cause of most natural disasters as well as man-made disasters on the planet. Vash the Stampede is known as the humanoid typhoon for this reason, and he is both a hilarious and extremely compelling main character. I knew that Trigun existed for a really long time. I had known a lot of people who were really into it and who had, shared what the main character was. I'd seen GIFs, I'd seen images of him, but I never actually had any interest in watching the series on my own. Arrogant me, thinking I knew my anime. I saw him and I thought generic badass anime long coat design, sure, okay, there's a dime a dozen of these things. If you have seen Trigun, you know that is the worst and most inaccurate description of Vash there is. His personality is he's got a heart of gold, he's the most altruistic main character you can think of, and he's a total goofball. So I was really surprised to hear Jess introduce the series to me as a wholesome series with a really positive message. And so we start watching it together for the first time. Again, while I'm still in Australia, we're watching it on Discord together. And we're devouring it, just like we did with Tessagen 28. I don't remember exactly how many episodes in it is. I think it's episode 6, where you get that really, freaking cool scene where Vash jumps in slow motion, fires off 5 shots, and redirects the fist from that big Nebraska Family Guy. That is absolutely the moment where, I first got really excited about the series as we were watching it. It was kind of the confirmed that, this secret badass character really is a secret badass, and we're gonna have a lot of fun watching him. But even more than that scene was the episode, I think it was a 2 or 3-parter episode, I don't recall exactly. It was the Sand Steamer plotline. Spoilers, I think the statute of limitations on spoilers has run out on this series. It's with that big neon guy. I forget his name, but he looks like, I used to watch a lot of One Piece, and he reminded me a lot of if you combined Buggy the Clown with Arlong. As we're watching this arc, I start getting really excited, and I realize as we're doing so that I haven't felt this excited about an anime that I've watched since One Piece. It must have been, 7 years since I last watched One Piece, and I kind of fell off after, I'd kept with it through the New World stuff, and then I was like, it's not really my speed anymore, and then I looked back and I was like, wow, it's really been a long time since One Piece made me feel the way that made me keep wanting to follow One Piece. And I hadn't found anything else out there that made me feel that way, and then all of a sudden, Trigun's here with that same exact feeling. You've got the crazy shenanigans with the main character doing his big damn hero moment, and he's being super altruistic, but he's a total goofball. He doesn't really know what he's doing, but he's going in there anyways, and you can't help but root for him. And of course, in the meanwhile, you have all these side characters having their own, seriously intense human plot lines, and it just really struck a chord. I completely fell in love with the characters, and, as I often do, I developed a crush on Wolfwood, actually. Vash is also extremely attractive. I would not turn him down, but I am also really in it for Wolfwood. It goes without saying that the Wolfwood plotline, as well as the conclusion to his storyline, completely destroyed me. God, I'm remembering it now, the cathedral scene. I was in tears, as I'm sure everybody was watching that. And then, of course, when I finished the series with Jess, I'm like, that was freaking incredible, and I'm not done. I haven't had enough, so I go and I read the entire manga series, the original Trigun, as well as the Trigun Maximum run that came afterwards. I didn't realize until later, but Trigun Maximum finished after the Trigun anime series had aired, and they still followed roughly the same plot line, so I was just like, wow, the anime really got it right, and Wolfwood completely destroyed me all over again in the manga version. I was surprised by how much I liked the guy who came after Wolf, but I don't want to like really spoil things if you guys haven't read the manga. I highly recommend it. Things happen very differently, although substantially they're the same, you know? I don't think you're missing out on the core of what makes Trigun amazing if you only watch the original anime, but the manga is also amazing, so highly recommend that as well. I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut off the episode there, guys. Thank you so much for listening and for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks again!